Let's give this Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle game a try.
Oh, this is awesome. Whoa. 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 Oh God. Whoa. Whoa. Bonus points.
I've won. Whoa.
Every day, yeah. Ooh, baby, I love your way. Every day.
Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, directed by Jake Kasdan, and isn't a reboot of the original Jumanji from 1995, as you may think. It's actually more of a sequel. So, Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle tells the story set 21 years after the events of the original Jumanji, where 4 teenagers discover the video game version of Jumanji, the jungle itself, where they get unexpectedly transported into the video game as the characters they chose. Now they must not only play the game, but live the game and overcome all the challenges in order to get back to the real world. Of course, guys, I have an overwhelmingly nostalgic attachment to the original Jumanji, released all the way back in 1995, the year I was born. And let's face it, who doesn't? It's a classic. It is, in my opinion, one of the greatest movies Robin Williams ever starred in. It has endearing lead characters, just chucked full of hearts, and the idea of a board game that can transport you to a jungle. So the jungle and reality collider is an idea for a family movie that will grab both the kids and the parents. Despite the critics being harsh on the original movie, it only has like a 50% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is ridiculous, way too low. In the perfect world, it would have like a 90% score. I'm pleased to hear that the fans have always supported the original movie, and it's gained rightfully a cult following. And so when they announced this sequel and that it would be a video game version of Jumanji, I was like, seriously, is a sequel to Jumanji all that necessary? And a video game movie, that's such a dumb idea. When has a video game movie ever been good? Literally. So even though my expectations were like this low, they were like subterranean, I was ready to just rant about this movie. But surprisingly, I had great fun with Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle. As a Jumanji sequel, it's at least a fun adventure. That's the best I can say about it. So I'm not saying it's necessary particularly, nor am I calling it a great movie, and I still like the original Jumanji much more, but it could have been worse. So let's get right into my positives. I freaking loved all of the performances from the 4 lead actors, from The Rock to Karen Gillan to Jack Black to Kevin Hart. The Rock was just made for this movie, since he has the bulk, and action movies are always right up his street. And Jack Black plays Jack Black is just the video game version of the character. The actual character is this teenage girl, and she's stuck inside Jack Black's body, which Jack Black just goes all out with this performance. He's freaking hilarious. This is why Jack Black is a master comedian, and Karen Gillan is delightful and strong-willed as the tough, geeky girl of the team. And Kevin Hart made me laugh once or twice also, and the jungle actually is inside the video game is is an incredibly detailed and awe-inspiring looking jungle full of adventure and obstacles for our heroes to face at every turn. If you're going to make a video game movie, at least have fun with it, which is exactly what the script for this movie does. It makes the video game experience fun. At least it doesn't bore you, unlike other video game movies which take themselves too seriously. This movie never fails to entertain you, as well as the action sequences being rollicking and surprisingly full of suspense. Even though it's a video game and the characters can just respawn, you actually feel the danger whenever they're about to be killed off. I admire how this movie made us care about these heroes so much. Their bond and their chemistry is excellent, and I love how it takes the four of them working together to win the day. And although this movie isn't perfect by any stretch, so let's get to my negatives. The most obvious flaw with this movie is the stupid villain. Why the hell did they need a villain in this movie when you're in the jungle? It's full of, all the predatory animals that would come out to get you. They could have been, nature itself could have been the antagonist. And the CGI animals, they looked fake as hell. The CGI on them looked, like trash. They super could have been rendered better. I mean, if you look at War for the Planet of the Apes, the CGI apes looked stunningly real in comparison to these animals that look like the definition of video game bosses. And the one disadvantage with video game movies is that narratively, there's whenever it cuts back to the villain, you're like, but wait, who the hell is playing as the villain? Since these characters are video game characters, obviously somebody else would have to be playing the characters for the story to progress. So who the hell is playing as the villain? So there are a few glaring plot holes to be found here, and yeah, this movie just it lacks the heart of the original Jumanji, because none of the original cast return, and this movie feels entirely separate from the original film. That's the emotional center from the first movie is gone from this one. It's just a fun, enjoyable pastime. But that isn't a bad thing. There isn't anything to get mad about in this movie. It's just nothing about it that's really great or really stands out. So overall, guys, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle may not be half as awesome as the original and best Jumanji, but it's a decent, fun, harmless popcorn flick at the movies to take your family to see, and considering it could have been another god-awful video game movie, it wasn't that bad.
I give Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle 3 stars out of 5.
Did it need to exist? Not really, but hey, it was okay, and I'd love Jumanji to be an actual video game. Am I right, guys? Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle? And do you like this or the original Jumanji better? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Google+ and on Instagram. And I'll see you next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.